So do we have enough to share? It's been said by one author, there is enough for all our needs, but there is not enough for all of our greed. Greed sneaks in when discontentment controls our thoughts. Discontentment causes us to make poor choices. The market of scarcity runs on the economy of discontentment. Discontentment has convinced us that bigger, faster, and more stuff will make us happy. We believe that if we get a bigger house or faster technology or we bring on more stuff, that it will somehow give us a peace of mind. When in reality, the bigger, the faster, and the better has only brought us stress and anxiety to our lives. The answer, the Bible says, is learning to be content in all circumstances. The Apostle Paul writes the letter to the Philippians while in prison chains. Now, we're not certain the location, but we do know through his reference at the beginning of the book that his circumstance is desperate, that he is in prison on his way to Rome, where he will eventually be put to death as a response to living out his faith. So when Paul writes, I have learned to be content with whatever I have, Paul's not at a beach with toes in the sand. His ankles are actually in chains. His freedom had been taken away. His life is headed toward its end. And Paul is saying that no matter how bad the situation, how difficult the circumstance or challenging the moment, he says, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Now, I know we like to put that verse on graduation cards for students heading to college of their dreams, or we say it out loud after achieving our ambitions or finding satisfaction with every desire. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. But Paul is implying that he can do all things set before him, good or bad, easy or difficult, plenty or desperate, because Paul's discovered that God will work both to will and to work for his good pleasure, as he says in chapter 2. Like the Apostle Paul, we can trust that God is at work in every circumstance. This is how we go all in with loving God with all of our heart, mind, soul, and strength. We learn to be content knowing that God is at work among us.